Welcome back. All right, so we have a busy day tomorrow. You'll notice too, for eagle-eyed viewers, I have a Mighty Wing right here, the Wild Wing right here for a pennant. I've also got Kings up in this corner right here. That's the reverse retro. The Vegas reverse retro is right there. And of course, Space Coyote, because the Space Coyote had to go there, which means the Seattle is now down in this area on the set, so it'll show up in videos where I don't have a board up. But Seattle I didn't take down. I figured Space Coyote needed to be front and center because, yeah. So yeah, I got those through the NHL site. For anybody wondering, I got those through the NHL website. And of course, they wrapped them nicely and neatly, and they made sure that no, they didn't. It's a manufacturer direct item, so they were all rolled. And the Vegas one was actually kind of crumpled into the box, so when they folded the box, it kind of folded in with it. So I had to kind of flatten it out. It's great. It's awesome. So pennants, and they just rolled them up and threw them in a box. Nice. Service with a smile. You could just feel the love when you open the box. So, 10 a.m. tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Boston and the Rangers. So this may feel kind of anticlimactic because Boston's in a playoff spot and the Rangers are not. But it's an original six matchup. They do this because they know it'll get ratings. And it's sort of like the Montreal-Toronto matchup south of the border, where no matter where Montreal or Toronto are in terms of standings, it works. 10-12-3 is the record for the Rangers. 14-6-4 for Boston. Boston's won 4 out of 5 against the Rangers so far. Strome, 9 goals, 9 assists for 18 points. Kincaid will start. Kreider I wanted to mention first. He has 13 goals and 4 assists for 17 points. And depending on whether or not Panarin plays, it'll be up to Strome and Kreider to keep up the scoring side of it. And again, it'll be interesting to see how Kincaid plays against the Bruins. Nick Ritchie, 8 goals, 7 assists, continues an amazing run he's had so far this year. And Krejci, with a goal in his last game, an assist in his last game, he now has a goal and 12 helpers for 13 points. We'll see whether or not he has a multi-goal streak in him. Or a multi-game goal streak in him. All right. And then at 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern, we have Dallas in against Columbus. Dallas 8-9-5 on the season. They've split the 4 games so far with Columbus, who are 10-12-6. Columbus embroiled in all kinds of controversies, and Dallas embroiled in having a terrible schedule from here and just not playing very well either. Hintz, 7 goals, 8 assists. Star player for Dallas when he plays. Gurianov, 4 goals, 9 assists. He's been stuck on 4 goals for a while. And so they need Gurianov to really pick it up. Atkinson, 10 goals, 10 assists for the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's been a solid provider for them. Roslovic, 5 goals, 10 assists. Definitely producing at a better pace than he did in Winnipeg. However, he is a guy who's dropped off over the last few weeks. He'll be looking to pick that up as well. And then starting at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. So even though this one's almost over when these games start, I will not have time to do a review of this one on its own, so I'm not even going to try. I will have this one on the same boards as all the rest of the games, because there's nothing more frustrating than when you've got a game board, it's all done, and you can't actually find time to get a review in because there's so much other hockey being played until about 9:30 at night. So this will go in with the rest of them, starting with Pittsburgh and Buffalo. Pittsburgh's now 16-9-1. They've won their only game against Buffalo, which was their last. Buffalo's 6-15-4. It's just a brutal season. Brandon Tanev, 6 goals, 6 assists for Pittsburgh. Some would say he's overpaid. I would counter with he's a key player for them. Bluger's been a key for them too. 4 goals, 10 assists. Love Teddy Bluger. Eric Stahl, who may be on his way out of Buffalo. 3 goals, 7 assists for him so far. Olofsson, 8 goals and 11 assists. And yes, Carolina's apparently already thought about bringing back Eric Stahl and making that work again. Carter Hutton will start for Buffalo. Those are the only goaltenders that I can find that are confirmed so far. Then at the same time, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, 17-6-4 New York Islanders looking for their 8th win in a row. I almost wore an Islanders jersey for this. I figured, I'll choose Dallas. Maybe Dallas wins. But they're in against the 8-12-3 New Jersey Devils. The Islanders have won 3 out of 4 against the Devils. Nelson, 11 goals, 5 assists. Pajot, 9 goals, 8 assists. With Lee now out for quite a while, that increases the opportunities for a guy like Pajot to show just how good he can be offensively. Miles Wood on the New Jersey side, 8 goals, 4 assists. Jack Hughes, 6 goals and 8 assists. They'll be looking to maybe steal one against the Islanders tomorrow, now that the Islanders are down one of their best players and their captain. Also, as I said, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. The Washington Capitals, 16-6-4. They've won 2 out of 3 against Philadelphia, who are now 13-8-3. Philly really needs this one. It feels like this division could be kind of getting tough because Boston, Pittsburgh, and the Islanders are all in games where they can win. I'm not going to say easily, but they're games where they're all favored. Philadelphia, not so much against Washington. Connor Sherry, 6 goals, 2 assists. He's had a very underrated start to the season. Jacob Vrana, 10 goals, 9 assists. He's been fantastic. On the Philadelphia side, Kevin Hayes continues to be quite the story for them in the positive manner. 9 goals, 11 assists. And Claude Giroux, 4 goals, 14 assists. We'll see how things go for him tomorrow. They might want a big game out of him if they're going to knock off the Caps. And then at 7 Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, we also have the Nashville Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay is 4-0 against Nashville. They got to be happy to see them after an upset loss they suffered against Detroit. They're now 18-5-2. Nashville's 11-15-1. Johansson, 2 goals, 6 assists for him. Definitely want more production from him, especially considering that contract. Tolvanen, 5 goals, 3 assists. Has been very good so far this year. Since his confidence showed up and he's had some finish there. On the Tampa Bay side, Yanni Gourde, 8 goals, 7 assists, has been excellent. And Braden Point, 9 goals, 15 assists. He continues to be an excellent star for the Tampa Bay Lightning. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, Chicago and Florida will get things started. For Chicago, they're 14-9-5. Florida's beaten them twice. Florida's 17-5-4. If Chicago is going to threaten to move up and not just be happy in 4th, they need a win here, and a win in regulation would go a long way. Kubalik, 10 goals and 11 assists for him. He has been red hot. And Kane, 11 goals, 29 assists for 40 points. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Huberdeau, 10 goals, 22 assists for 32 points. He's having a ridiculous year as well, scoring-wise. And Wenberg, 5 goals, 6 assists. Underrated overall, I think, what Wenberg's done since going to Florida. I'm not going to say he's completely resurrected his career, but he's been good. He's been a good forward for them. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, we will also see Winnipeg and Toronto get things started. So, again, it's going to be crazy busy. It's busier tomorrow than it was last night. And last night I just went, I'm not going to be able to. I'm one person. I'm not going to, kick myself trying to keep up with absolutely everything at the same time. So Toronto's won 2 out of 3 against Winnipeg. Winnipeg's 16-8-2. Toronto's 19-7-2. Honestly, for Winnipeg, being second in the division is great and all, but if they want to catch up to Toronto, they really kind of need to win this tomorrow. Ehlers, 13 goals and 15 assists, has been fantastic. Love Nick Ehlers' game. And Stastny, 8 goals and 7 assists. Very streaky. Started ice cold, got hot, cold, hot again. We'll see if he can keep that up. Spezza, 5 goals, 11 assists. Very underrated what Jason Spezza's brought to Toronto. I keep hearing about how top-heavy they are. When you actually look at their scoring, and again, I'll do a video on this soon, I don't know that they're more top-heavy than everybody else. Nylander, 11 goals, 11 assists, 22 points. Is it as much as you might want from him? Maybe, maybe not, but he's been very good. 7 Eastern as well, 4 Pacific, Montreal and Calgary. Calgary took advantage of Montreal being tired. They go to 2-1 against Montreal in the season. Montreal's going to look to answer. I like Montreal's chances just because in these back-to-backs, usually whoever loses the first one will win the second one. Montreal's 12-7-7. For Calgary, they're 12-12-3. For Darryl Sutter, they're going to want to get on a bit of a streak here. They don't want another bag skate. Armia, 5 goals, 5 assists for Montreal. Toffoli, 15 goals and 8 assists. He's overdue for kind of a 2-goal game, maybe even a 3-goal game. On the Calgary side, Monahan, 5 goals, 13 assists. Kind of leaves you wanting more, doesn't he? And Dubé, who's been very, very solid for them. 6 goals, 6 assists so far. And yeah, we'll see how things go for Calgary tomorrow. And then an hour later, we get one game that gets added into this. You throw in Vegas and St. Louis. So 17-6-1 now is the record for Vegas. 14-8-5 is the record for St. Louis. and both teams have won a game. Now that Vegas has won their first game in St. Louis, they're going to try to make it twice in 24 hours' time that they've beaten St. Louis at home. Smith, 6 goals and 5 assists for him. Pacioretty, 12 goals and 10 assists for him. There are a lot of offensive weapons you can throw out there for both teams, and so I could put a lot of forwards up here as being dangerous. On the St. Louis side, I put Braden Shen, 12 goals, 12 assists, and Kyrou, 8 goals and 13 assists now for Kyrou, who had some good moments tonight, and I think he could add a goal tomorrow. I could see it. Then at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, we get 2 games added on. So here's where it gets crazy. Here's my favorite thing about Saturday nights. All of these games come to an end, and then 2 start. So these 2 games I'll be able to give a lot more attention to, and I'll know more of what happened than in any of the rest of these, because that's all at once. So Oilers and Vancouver. Edmonton's won 3 out of 4. I kind of like Vancouver's chances because Edmonton's coming in after playing tonight. So I kind of like Vancouver's chances, but it's Edmonton, it's McDavid, it's Draisaitl, and there's no Pettersson for the Canucks, so maybe not. The Oilers now 18-11, Vancouver 12-16-2. They're playing out the string. I know they won't say it, but I'll say it. They are. McDavid, 17 goals, 34 assists for 51 points so far this year. 51 points in 29 games. No big deal, right? So in a 58-game schedule, he'd have 102 points. He's going to get close to 100 points in 56 games. If he plays every game, he'll get close. And Patrick Russell's not allowed to have a goal. I'm ready to start tracking this again because he's back in the lineup. 6 games now with 2 assists for him. On the Vancouver front, Miller, JT Miller with 7 goals, 18 assists. He is scoring. He is getting points. You can't start demoting Miller when he's getting points and he's getting opportunities. And now he's playing down the middle while Pettersson's out. And Gaudette, 3 goals and 3 assists for Gaudette. He's been better lately, so that's good news for Vancouver. And then also at 10 Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, San Jose coming off of the throttling they gave the Anaheim Ducks. They're now 10-11-3. The Ducks are 8-14-6. San Jose's won 3 out of 4. Kane, 10 goals and 12 assists. He had a goal and an assist tonight. He was very good. Hurdle in a return. He had a goal and an assist. 7 goals, 6 assists for him for 13 points on the season. And it looks like they have the Ducks number. We'll see if that keeps up tomorrow. You'd have to think it'd be Miller. And you'd think it'd probably be Jones, that coming off of a 33-save shutout, that Dubnyk probably will get the night off tomorrow. But there's an interesting situation going on in San Jose where Dubnyk's just outplaying Jones. So we'll see. On the Anaheim front, Getzlaf, 3 goals, 8 assists for 11 points. And Steele, 3 goals and 6 assists for Sam Steele. They want more offense from Steele. They're just not getting it. And it feels like all the hot scoring they had going on has dried up again. So we'll see if that's the case. We'll see if they can turn it back on tomorrow against San Jose. Let me know your winners in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I will talk to you again soon.